Hey everybody, just taking a moment, having some connection issues. Thanks for your patience. Okay, let's try this again. Hey Facebook, I'm just waiting on Instagram. It says checking connection. Oh, today is just a funny day where we're going to be challenged and we just got to roll with it. Try one more time. We'll get started here in a minute. Thank you guys for your patience. Just checking connection on Instagram. I'll try one more time. Then we might have to give up. How's everybody doing? Send me a note so I know you're there. Technology's not on our side this morning. Hey Candace, we miss you. Okay, you guys, well, it seems as though Instagram is having connection issues, probably because the whole world's going live. So I'm just gonna stick with Facebook. I'm gonna keep this up on Instagram. And I apologize for everyone who tried to join us on Instagram. It looks like it's just continuing to check connection. So maybe at some point it will come on, but it's already 9:04 and I want to try to be timely. So as yoga teaches us, we just gotta kind of roll with it. So I'll put an apology out on Instagram later. Let's go ahead and get started. For those of you I haven't had the opportunity to meet, my name is Liana. Today's class is kind of thrown together last minute. We miss you, Nayantara. She wasn't able to make it. Something came up last minute. So I hadn't had a sequence in mind, but I think I want to focus on balance today. Balance is definitely the most challenging part of my practice. And so I like to challenge myself in that way whenever I can. So I hope you can enjoy, and I will see you on your mat. We're going to go ahead and start on our backs, please. Just find a comfortable position on your mat. Maybe a traditional Shavasana with your legs extended long. Maybe Supta Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of the feet together, allowing those knees to flare out wide. And if you ever have any discomfort in your lower back, you can take a constructive rest with the knees bent, falling in towards each other. We're just going to take a few moments here to allow ourselves to arrive. Arriving on the four corners of our mat, allowing it to be a safe space for us for this next hour. Let's slowly begin to bring our attention towards our breath. The breath truly is the foundation of the entire practice. So notice, feel your belly rise when you inhale. Feel it fall when you exhale. And remember that with each exhale today, you have that unique opportunity, that chance to release, to let go of something that's not currently serving you. Couple more breaths. Maybe send an intention for your practice, anything you choose. Maybe your intention is to find that calm within your heart amongst this chaos. Whatever your intention is, let it bring you focus. Let it bring you strength as we flow through class. Good. Slowly we'll transition knees to chest. Take your time with it, option to rock left and right. And I meant to tell you guys before class, we may be utilizing a strap. If you don't have one at home, you can use a towel, anything that will help you grab towards your foot. And then there's also modifications if you don't have any of those around. We're going to bring our left leg long on the mat. And then if you have that towel, you can wrap it around the foot, or you can take peace finger grip to big toe as we extend our foot towards the ceiling. Left foot is flexed on the mat. We're just opening into our hamstring here. Breathing into the back of that right leg. We're headed towards an external rotation. So we're going to bring that leg over to the right. Again, if you can't reach the foot, you can grab the ankle or the shin. And as we bring that leg to the right, we want to make sure that our left hip stays down on the mat. So if you notice it lifting, that's your body's way of saying you've gone too far. Again, finding that external rotation in our hip joint as well as opening in our inner thigh and our groin. Give me one more breath here. And on your inhale, let's lift that leg back to center. Let's switch hands with the strap towel or hand to the leg. And just cross your body a little bit, just slightly. We're trying to target our IT band, the outer edge of the leg between the knee and the hip. So maybe 3 or 6 inches only. Give it one more breath. Good. Next inhale, let's lift it to center. We're headed to a half happy baby. So we'll bend our knee. Our foot is flexed towards the ceiling and our knee will come down towards our underarm. Notice that compression sensation in the outer edge or the lower abdomen, excuse me. And on your next exhale, go ahead and release your right leg long to meet the left on the mat, if only for a moment, just to humor me. Hopefully you'll notice that right leg feels a little bit lighter, a little bit longer, and then we're going to try to even that out. So same thing, other side. Left foot lifts towards the ceiling. If you can't grab the toe, just grab the ankle or shin. Maybe you have a towel or strap to wrap around the foot. Each side's different. For me, I'm much less flexible on this side, interestingly enough. Right foot is flexed, helping to ground you into the mat. One more breath into that hamstring. And when you're ready, let's open it up, bringing that leg and foot over to the left. Trying to keep your right hip down on the mat. Again, you don't have to take it very far. If that right hip lifts, just lift the leg a little bit. You want both hips grounded into your mat. One more breath. And on your inhale, let's lift through center. Switch hands and cross your body just slightly, 3 to 6 inches, targeting that IT band, outer edge of the leg between knee and hip. Maybe that left arm extends out, helping to ground you. Good. On your inhale, lift the leg to center. Bend the knee down towards the underarm. Half happy baby. Foot is flexed like you're stamping the ceiling. Creating that compression sensation in the left lower abdomen. One more breath. Next exhale, go ahead and release. And then when you're ready, knees back into the chest. We're headed up to seated, however you choose. I like a little rock and roll on the spine, just to give the spine a massage, but you can choose. We're gonna finish in a cross-legged position. And then just make sure you feel rooted in your mat. We're opening to the outer edge of our hips. So if you happen to be very open in the hips, you have the option for fire log and stacked shins. Otherwise, stay cross-legged. And if you're uncomfortable cross-legged, option to elevate your hips on a block, a bolster, a pillow, whatever you got at home. Inhale some length into your spine, and on your exhale, hinge your hips, lead with your chest as you fold. The sensation you feel should be towards the outer edge of your hip. One more breath here. And on your inhale, we'll slowly rise. We're just going to switch whatever leg was on top, whatever position variation felt good to you, maybe cross-legged, maybe stacked shins. Inhale some length in your spine. Exhale, hinge at the hips, lead with the chest as you fold. Good, next inhale, we'll rise. We're headed to tabletop, however you choose. You do have the option of rolling over the knees to get there. Hands come underneath shoulders, knees come underneath hips. While we're here, I always gaze at my hands, make sure the fingers are wide, pointer fingers at least parallel with the side of the mat. Let's begin with some cat-cow. On the inhale, drop that belly, lift the chin chest. And on the exhale, chin to chest, navel to spine as you round. Take this at your pace, your breath, inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. We're going to be here for a few breaths. You guys know in my class, this is just meant for a warm-up, so any organic movement your body might prefer, feel free to take it. Let's each go one more round. Good. When you're done, I'll meet you back at that neutral tabletop posture. And if anyone's taken my class, you know I don't like skipping puppies, so we're headed towards puppy pose. Hips directly over the knees, walk the hands forward, and allow that chest to dip towards the mat. Maybe the forehead or chin may be down, maybe it doesn't. That's not so important. We're just trying to open, create a little space, opening the pectorals, the shoulders. Good. One more breath. When you're ready, press into your palms and make yourself back to tabletop. And then we're headed towards thread the needle. So on your inhale, right arm will lift up. And on your exhale, thread through. Right shoulder, right temple or cheek will make it to the mat. Depending on your body, this might be where you stay. You might walk your left hand forward, or maybe it's around the small of the back. Half bind would be left fingertips on right thigh. You're here for one more breath. Good. Release left hand back underneath left shoulder. Press into palm. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, back to table. Same thing, other side. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, thread through, left shoulder, left temple, come down. And again, maybe this is where you stay. Maybe that right hand walks forward. Maybe it comes around the small of the back. Maybe right fingertips left thigh for that half bund. One more breath. Go ahead and release. Right hand underneath right shoulder. Press into palm. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, back to table. Headed towards bear pose. Check in with your hands. Fingers wide. Weights in the whole hand. Let's press into our fingertips, not just the heel of that hand. Tuck your toes. Hover your shins. Hover your knees. Firing up our core. Allow your shoulder blades to separate slightly so you're not dumping the weight into the shoulders. 2 more breaths. Remember your strength. And on your next exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. It's your first one of the practice, so please get comfortable, pedal it out, left and right. I didn't have a chance to warm up, so this feels great. Usually the first one will feel a little bit tighter than the rest. So take your time with it. I'm just gonna check on this and make sure it's still running. Okay. Good, let's all settle into our down dog. posture is to decompress, elongate the spine. So it's not so important that your heels hit the mat, but instead your hips are high. So together we're all going to bend our knees and allow our torso to fall towards our thighs. Notice that length you feel in your spine. We're going to try to maintain that. So you can begin to re-straighten legs, but if knees bend allows your hips to come high, then feel free to stay there as well. Headed towards our core warm-up. On the inhale, we're coming forward to a plank and we're holding. Anything involving plank, knees can always be down onto your body. This is an all levels class. If you're in the full expression, reach to the crown of the head as you also press through those heels, entire body engagement. And on your exhale, hinge it back, downward facing dog. So throughout class, every time we hinge to down dog, I want you to think of your abdominal muscles helping to pull your hips to the sky, as opposed to your hands pressing the mat away. So let's just try it together one more time with that in mind. Inhale forward to your plank, option for knees down. Same thing will apply if knees are down. You still want your core helping to pull you to the sky. A couple of breaths. Go ahead and engage your core and allow it to pull your hips high, downward facing dog. Good, looking between your hands, bend your knees, let's slowly walk forward. We're going to meet in ragdoll, feet are about hip width distance, torso falls down towards the thighs. Gravity will take us. You can grab opposite elbows if you'd like. Make sure you release the head entirely. Maybe you sway left and right, maybe you shake that head out, yes and no. You guys, settling into center, we're all going to take a slight micro bend in our knees and we're rolling it up slow. When you get to the top, shoulders up and back, hands by the sides, palms face forward, crown of the head tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. On your inhale, arms will reach up and we're going to interlace all fingers except for pointer and thumb. On your exhale, we're reaching right for a nice side body stretch. Good, inhale through center, other side, reach it left. Beautiful. Inhale through center and we'll add on. We're reaching right and we're stepping our right foot out. This might be where you stay. Challenge option would be to root into the left foot, engage the right side body, and attempt to lift that leg. Attempt being the key word, practice patience with yourself. Continue to breathe. And with control, let's head back to center. Beautiful. Let's try the other side. Reach it left. Left foot will step out. This might be where we stay. Beautiful option. Maybe you want to root into that right foot. Engage that left side body and lift. Your choice, your practice. Continue to breathe. And with control, I'll meet you at center. Good job. Release the arms to cactus. Lift your heart and your gaze. Open your throat. Good. Inhale, arms up. And on the exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward. Beautiful. Inhale, half lift, flat back, fingertips can come to shins. Exhale, plant palms, step yourself to plank, option for knees down. We're headed to our bellies, try to keep your elbows in narrow as you lower down. Once you get down, untuck your toes. We're going to do a few cobras together. Hands are on the outer edges of the ribs, elbows hugged, shoulders draw away from those ears. On your inhale, heart forward and up. On your exhale, lower down. Two more like that. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Last one. Beautiful. We're headed to down dog. Option to press yourself through tabletop, tuck toes, and bring the hips to the sky. Challenge option, hug the elbows in, tuck the toes, become one strong plank as you press up, and then hinge back, downward facing. Your choice, your practice. Couple of breaths, check in with your hands, make sure your fingers are wide, pressing into your fingertips, pads, and knuckles. Good, looking between the hands, bend the knees, step or hop forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, we'll rise, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's begin with one sun A. On the inhale, arms up. On the exhale, hinge and fold. Good. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Inhale, peel the heart forward and up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck toes, hinge at hips, downward facing dog. If you're newer to this practice, we refer to that as a vinyasa or a flow. So just know you can skip it as often as you need, hinging directly to downward facing dog, or child's pose with knees to the mat. Looking between the hands, bend your knees, let's step forward. Inhaling, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold and hold here. We're gonna come directly to chair pose today. Drop your bottom, and I'll meet you in chair. A couple of things you wanna be mindful of here. Tailbone is facing down, so slight tuck of that pelvis. And then gaze down, and if you can't see your toes, go ahead and pull your knees back. We're gonna be in a static hold in chair. 2 more breaths, you got this. Good, next exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant palms, step back, option for vinyasa, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, peel heart forward and up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths when you get to down dog. I'm just adjusting because it seems like you can't see all of me. This morning was a little last minute, so I apologize. All right, we're headed to Navasana, low lunge. Inhale, right leg will lift up. Exhale, step through between the hands. We're all gonna drop our back knee to begin and untuck our toes. If you have knee sensitivity, you can grab a knee pad. Hands are gonna come to the thigh. We're just easing into our hips and our hip flexors. So press into that front foot. Inhale, lift the hips. And on the exhale, lower. 2 more like that. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Last one. Good job. Settling into those hips. We're headed towards a twist. Left palm will plant to mat or block. Right arm will lift up. All levels class. Back knee can stay down, or you can engage that back leg by tucking toes and lifting that left knee. Gaze at the ceiling if okay for the neck. Next exhale, replace that right palm to the mat. Knees either down or up in the back, and we're lifting to a crescent lunge. So modification, left knee can come down. It's a beautiful option. Honor your body, your practice. Today we're going to take our arms out to a T, flip our palms to face the ceiling, and then let's bring our thumbs towards each other as we lift our heart and our gaze. Changing that gaze may challenge your balance. Continue to breathe. Good, and on the next exhale, release the hands to the mat. Right foot steps back to meet left. Option for vinyasa, option to skip. I'll meet you guys in downward facing. Couple of breaths in down dog. Remember, child's pose is the alternative. Listen to your body, what you need from practice today. All right, on to Navasana, other side. Inhale, left leg will lift. Exhale, step it through with control. Back knee will drop and we'll untuck our toes. We're just going to begin with our hands on our thigh, easing into those hips. Press into front foot. Inhale to lift the hips. Exhale to lower. Good. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Beautiful. Settling into those hips. We've got our twist. Right palm plants to mat or block. Left arm lifts up. Back knee can stay down, or you can tuck toes and engage back leg. Your practice, your choice. One more strong inhale. Exhale, release. All right, coming up to our crescent lunge. Again, modification, right knee can drop down. Make sure your shoulders send the prep towards your ears. Continue to breathe. Beautiful, arms out to a T. Flip those palms to face the ceiling, and then bring your thumbs in towards each other as you lift your heart and your gaze, open your throat. Challenging our balance by shifting our gaze. And on the next exhale, release. Your practice, your choice. Couple of breaths in downward facing dog. Looking between your hands, bend your knees, step, hop, or float forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold and hold. We're gonna head back to chair pose. Drop your bottom, and I'll meet you in chair. So we're headed towards a tricky transition to warrior three. So modification would be grab one or two blocks. If you don't have a block, you can use something instead. I know a couple people that used canned goods as blocks. So whatever it is, we're in our chair pose, and then we're gonna shift our weight towards our right foot. Hover our left foot. As the crown of the head begins to reach forward, we gently kick that leg back, reach those arms back, and the goal here, easier said than done, is hips square to the mat. Modification, drop your hands to the blocks or whatever item you may have, but keep engagement in that core. You don't want any strain in the back, so make sure you've engaged your core. Couple of breaths. And on your next exhale, release yourself back to a high crescent lunge. Good job, you guys. We got 2 breaths here. And on your next exhale, hands come down to frame foot. Option for vinyasa, option to skip like I'm doing and hinge directly to downward facing. I really want everyone at home to feel empowered to modify. You know what your body needs today. You know what your mind needs today. Listen to that. Beautiful. Looking between hands, bend knees. Let's make our way forward again. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold and hold. Back to chair we go. Drop your bottom. I'll meet you in chair. We're headed towards that same transition. We're not in any rush, so take your time. Weight's gonna shift to the left foot. We'll hover our right. Crown of the head begins to reach forward as that leg and those arms reach back. The goal is hips square to the mat. Practice patience with yourself. Continue to breathe. Remember that if you fall, you can always get back up. Just like in life, you've fallen much worse and you've gotten back up. You're here today. Continue to breathe. 2 more. Now on the next exhale, let's meet in a lunge. Take your time with it. Couple breaths here. Make sure those shoulders haven't crept towards those ears. And on the exhale, hands come down to frame foot. Left foot steps back to meet right. Option for vinyasa. Option to skip. We'll meet in downward facing. Beautiful job, you guys. Headed to warrior 2. We're gonna do a little bit of core work before we get there. So it's things like knee to nose, knee to tricep. If that's a little too intense for you, you can do this from tabletop. So listen to your body. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Beautiful. Inhale, extend. Right knee, right tricep, shoulders over wrists. Good. Inhale to extend. Cross that body, left tricep. Good. Inhale, extend. And with that same core control, step it through between the hands. See if you can land that foot lightly. Back foot comes parallel to the back of the mat, and we'll cartwheel up. For the sake of this practice, I'm going to change direction so I can see you, or you can see me. Checking in with our stance, we want knee over ankle in the front. Front heel is lined up with back arch. And notice if your shoulders have crept forward, and if so, let's ease them directly over the hips. I always love easing into this hip opening, so flip palms, inhale, reach up, straighten leg. Exhale, back to warrior 2. One more time like that. Inhale up, exhale back. Headed to peaceful warrior, knee will stay over ankle, right palm will flip, right arm will reach, but you haven't changed your lunge in that right leg. Left hand can be on back leg, maybe it's around the small of the back. Opening hips, strengthening legs, stretching the side body. Peaceful warrior is a very powerful pose. Good. Inhale back through center. Let's head to side angle. Option 1, right forearm, right thigh, left arm up. drop your right hand down. Option 3, you can take a bind if that's in your practice. Honor your body. Beautiful. On your inhale, I'll meet you in warrior 2. We're headed to another balance challenge. Again, I want everyone at home to feel empowered to modify. So the modification would be just maybe go back to side angle here. We're trying for half moon. So a block can be very helpful in front of your front foot. So feel free to grab that if that's an option you'd like to take. It just helps bring the floor to you. You're gonna lift off your back leg, attempting to stack shoulders and hips. Lifted foot is flexed. You want to eventually feel like your back is pressed against a wall. Again, easier said than done. Be patient with yourself. Continue to breathe. Core is engaged, lifted legs engaged. And then with control, we're taking it back to warrior 2. Take your time with it. Good job, you guys. Headed to Trikonasana triangle, straighten your front leg. You can always shorten your stance slightly if you'd like, heel throwing that back foot in. Make sure your tailbone is facing down. Reach forward so much that that left hip kicks out, and at that point, rotate to your triangle pose. This is not about how low can I get my right hand if it forces me to collapse in my chest, so instead, stay open in the chest as if your back is pressed against the wall. One more strong inhale. And on the exhale, release the hands to frame the front foot. You're in pyramid pose. So your front toes are facing forward. Your back toes can be slightly out diagonally. Think about pulling your right hip in line with your left. We all have different bodies, so if you need to shorten your stance, feel free to hop your back foot in as much as you need. I'm always hesitant to use that word straight because I don't want anyone locking their knee, but front leg is as straight as you can get it without locking knee, but if it brings pain, bend your knee as much as you need. Should really feel it in the hamstring here. Okay, I want you to feel free to stay right here. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can head to a standing split by lifting off your back leg as high as you're able. The balance challenge, if you're looking for it, is one or both hands to the ankle or shin or calf, excuse me. One more breath. And on the exhale, go ahead and release. Good job, you guys. Hands come to the inside of the right foot. We're going to rotate to Pasarita, wide leg forward fold. If you shorten your stance for pyramid, you can re-widen it, hinge at your hips, and allow gravity to take you down. Just take this time if you want to shake out your head. Yes and no. So many different arm variations available. You can walk the hands past the feet. You can grab ankles. You can be on a block. Don't let this create any strain in your lower back. If it does, I highly suggest coming up, bringing hands to a block. Utilize your breath. Remember, on those exhales, you have that opportunity to release, to let go. Good. Walking your hands back towards your front right foot. Let's rotate and pivot. I'll meet you in a runner's lunge. Hands frame the foot. We're stepping it back to plank. Your challenge is don't fling that leg back. Step it back lightly. With control, option for vinyasa, option skip. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Couple of breaths when you get there. Switching directions, so I'll face you when I'm done. We're headed towards that core work involving our legs. Remember, you can do this from tabletop. Inhale, left leg left. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist. Good, inhale, extend. Left knee, left tricep. Beautiful, extend. Cross your body, right tricep. Good, extend. And with control, take it through between the hands. Back foot's gonna come parallel back to that, no cartwheeling up, warrior 2. Take your time to find that stance, readjust. You never wanna compromise the integrity of the pose to rush, so we're in no rush. Knee over ankle, front heel in line with back arch, shoulders over hips. All right, let's ease into it. Flip the palms. Inhale, reach up and straighten leg. Exhale, warrior 2. One more or two more like that. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last last one. Good, settle into that lunge. We're headed to peaceful warrior. Left palm will flip, left arm will reach back, lunge will stay the same. Again, that right hand can be on the back leg or around the small of the back, maybe right fingertips, left thigh. Inhale through warrior two, exhale your version of side angle, whatever it may be, forearm to thigh, left hand can drop. You can take that bind if it's in your practice. Continue to breathe. And on your inhale, I'll meet you back in warrior two. Good job. Headed towards half moon pose. Sorry, guys. You have the option, again, to grab that block. Modification, go back to side angle. If you choose half moon, remember, lifted leg is engaged, core is engaged, attempting to stack shoulders and hips. Continue to breathe. Gaze can be down, maybe up as a challenge. Maybe you started with a block, but you're feeling good, then you can release the hand from the block. Continuing to breathe. With control, we're headed back to warrior two. Beautiful. Headed towards Trikonasana. Straighten that front leg. Make sure the tailbone's facing down. Option to shorten stance slightly if you need. Reach forward so much, right hip kicks out, and at that point, let's rotate. Again, picture your back being pressed against the wall here. Don't worry so much about how low your left hand gets. If you have your hand on your leg, there's not a lot of pressure, especially in that knee. So imagine your core is carrying that torso, so you don't dump the weight into the hand. One more inhale. And on the exhale, release the hands to frame the front foot, pyramid pose. Front toes face forward. Back toes can be slightly out to the right. Think about pulling the left hip in line with right here. Shorten your stance as much as you need. Try not to lock your knee. Don't allow for pain. Pain is not okay in yoga. Discomfort maybe, then use your breath. But if it's sharp, modify however you need. Bend that knee, grab a couple blocks. Option to stay here, option to head towards your standing split, lifting off back leg. Maybe the balance challenge, one or both hands to the ankle. And on the next exhale, release yourself back to pyramid. Good, hands are gonna walk to the inside of the left foot. We'll rotate and pivot. We're in a wide leg forward fold. Maybe you re-widen that stance, hinge at the hips, and allow gravity to take you. This is your chance to regain your breath, to shake out that head, release any tension in your neck. Utilize that breath. And remember that you have the chance with each exhale to release. Good job, you guys. Let's walk the hands towards the front left foot now. We'll rotate, pivot, meet in that runner's lunge. Knees bent, hands frame the foot. Stepping it back to plank. Think about engaging your core. Try not to fling that leg back. Step it back lightly. Option for that vinyasa. Option to skip. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Once you get to down dog, bend your knees. Maybe let's all try a hop together today. So bend those knees dramatically. Look between the hands. Even if you hop a couple inches, you can walk the rest of the way. But challenge yourself, engage your core, hop it forward, maybe land lightly. Beautiful. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale to fold. And on your inhale, let's rise. Arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good job, you guys. Feel free to grab water or towel off. We're gonna head to a few standing postures. Like I talked about in the beginning, balance is definitely the weakest part of my practice, and that's why I force myself to do it. But be patient with yourself. We've already done Warrior 3, which is balance. We've done Half Moon, which is balance. So again, you know to be patient with yourself. It's okay to stumble, it's okay to sway. And again, if we fall, just like in life, we can always get back up. We're gonna start with a fairly fundamental standing posture, tree pose. And I like to start that in kickstand. So right heel over left ankle joint. From here, I just want you to notice if anything shifted in your body. A lot of times we'll distribute our weight to our hip and we won't even realize it. So make sure the weight's not in the hip, the core is engaged, crown of the head's tall, the shoulders are out of the ears. Let's start with our hands at our heart. So kickstand where we are now is a beautiful way to build and start with balance. I want you to feel free to stay right here. Maybe you want to take that foot to the calf. Maybe you want to take it to the inner thigh. Crown of the head's reaching tall. And then if you're feeling pretty good here, maybe you want to extend your branches. Notice if your shoulders crept towards your ears, and if so, drop them away. Knowing we have to create instability in order to gain stability. So just like a tree in the wind, we might sway, and that's okay. Continue to breathe. Allow that breath to root you. Bring your hands back to your heart. One more strong inhale. And on your exhale, release. Beautiful job. Maybe shake out anything you need. Roll out those ankles. We're going to head to the other side. So find the weight in your right foot. Let's all start with kickstand together. Left heel over right ankle joint. Notice where the weight distributed. Did it dump into the hip? And if so, get it out of there. Engage your core. Crown of the head's tall. Shoulders out of the ears, hands at the heart to start. Remember, kickstand, beautiful way to begin with balance. Please feel free to stay here. Maybe you want the calf, maybe you want the thigh, but whatever you do, not the knee, okay? So above or below the knee to protect that knee joint. Continue to breathe. Crown of the head's reaching to the ceiling as those roots grow from your foot into the ground. And if you'd like, let's extend our branches. Try not to let your shoulders creep up towards your ears. Maybe locate a drishti, focal point. Continue to breathe. Good, bringing hands to our heart. Last strong inhale. And on the exhale, we'll let it go. Good job, you guys. Shake out your ankles, maybe. I want you to know if you're home especially, feel free to use the wall. So this is essentially your entire body weight in your ankle joint. So if it's uncomfortable for you, feel free to use that wall. You're still helping to build that balance. All right, second standing option. We're gonna find the weight in our left foot, left hand to left hip. Same concept. Make sure the weight hasn't sunken into any joint, no locked knees. And we're gonna bring our right knee in towards our chest. Right hand over right knee as we hug it in. If this is too much for you, ball of the right foot can be at the mat. And then if it's in your practice, you can take your peace finger grip to your big toe and extend. So think about what we started with on our mat, but now we're standing. Couple breaths at center. Good, we're headed towards our external rotation. Bringing that knee or leg over to the right. Maybe you want to extend your left arm out, helping with balance. See how you feel here. Challenge option, change your gaze. If you take your gaze over that left shoulder, changing the gaze will always challenge the balance. Beautiful, we're headed back to center. Try not to drop the leg just yet. We're gonna bring the knee or leg to center, hands to the hips, and extend the leg towards the front of the room. Try not to kick your hips forward, your core and hip flexors doing all the work. 2 breaths. One more. Exhale, let it go. Good job, you guys. Shake anything out you need. We're gonna do that same sequence, other side. When you're ready, find yourself with your weight and your right foot, right hand to hip to begin. Maybe ball of left foot, maybe left knee in, maybe peace finger grip to big toe. Crown of the head is tall. Couple breaths at center. let's slowly find that external rotation. That knee or leg is coming to the left. Feel free to extend that right arm out. And if you'd like to challenge yourself by changing your gaze, you can take your gaze over your right shoulder. Continue to breathe here. Again, it's okay to fall out as I am improving. Good, we're gonna head back to center. Try not to drop the leg, hands to the hips. Extend the leg towards the front of the room. Core is engaged, 2 breaths. Don't let those hips sink forward. And on the exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Shake out anything you need. Let's meet at the top of our mat for our final vinyasa of the practice. When you get to the top, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge at hips, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant palms, step yourself back, lowering down, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, peel heart forward and up, over or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths in down dog. We're headed to pigeon pose. Know that there's an option on your back, reclined pigeon. I'll show you in a moment. Inhale, right leg will lift. Exhale, right knee towards back of right wrist, maybe right ankle towards left wrist. Drop that back knee, untuck toes as you shimmy your hips towards the mat. Walking hands in towards the body, we lengthen our spine. And on the exhale, we'll fold. Also the option to stay upright. And then remember, pain is not okay. So if this is extremely uncomfortable or painful in any way, come to your back with a reclined pigeon, essentially a figure 4. Right ankle over left knee. Please honor your body. Listen to it. Bring yourself back to the present moment. Try to let go of any of the noise, wandering thoughts. Bring yourself back to your breath. And really look to those exhales as an opportunity to let go of any tension. Thinking of what we can let go of that's not serving us. Maybe if we do so, we may make room for something else to let in, something positive. One more breath. And then we'll slowly make our way back to our palms. You guys have a few options here. We'll tuck our back toes to engage our back leg. Option 1, just take it to down dog and feel free to stay there. Option 2, scorpion dog. Lift the right leg, bend the knee, and allow the heel to fall towards the glute. Nice little counter pose. And if you chose scorpion, square off those hips and release your right foot down. Good. Option to pedal it out before we move on. Head into pigeon other side. Remember, it can be done from your back. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee towards back of left wrist, maybe left ankle, right wrist. Drop back knee, untuck toes, shimmy yourself down. Walk those hands in, create some length in your spine. And on your exhale, hinge and fold. This side might be different, honor it. In our hips on a daily basis. And this is your chance to try to release some of that. So allow yourself this time. Again, come back to this present moment. exhale is a wonderful opportunity to release. We got 3 more breaths here. Slowly we'll make it to our palms. Same options on the side, tuck back toes, engage back leg, maybe down dog, maybe scorpion dog. And then if you chose scorpion, square off those hips, release that left foot down, last down dog of the practice. Try to enjoy it. Notice if it feels different than your first, mine sure does. However you choose, let's make it down to our mats. You can always just drop knees. You can hop through if that's in your practice. We're going to end on our bottoms with our legs extended towards the front of the room. Brief Tadasana staff pose. Feet are flexed in, crown of the head's tall. Shoulders out of those ears. Hands by the sides, fingertips facing forward. Next, inhale, arms up. And on your exhale, hinge at the hips, lead with the chest. Release the head and neck last for a seated forward fold. Remember, you're never stuck here. You can utilize your breath. Inhale, lengthening spine. Exhale, peel the heart forward as you fold. Good. Inhale, let's slowly rise. Feet come back to the mat, knees face the ceiling. We're headed to Navasana boat pose, last active posture of the practice. Lift your chest towards your knees, crown of the head tall. Notice the length in your spine. Hands can start behind the thighs, lean back on those sits bones. Maybe you just hover the feet. Maybe you take them to a 90. Maybe you release the hands. Maybe you straighten the legs, but let's focus on a nice long spine. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. On the exhale, release the feet to the mat. We're headed to our backs. You have the option to challenge yourself to use the control of your abdomen as you lower slowly. Or hands can be behind the thighs for a little bit of support. Whatever you choose when you get down, feel free to do an open mouth sigh. Just let it all out. Hugging knees into the chest. Option to rock left and right. Sacrum. And then settling into center, arms out to a T, headed to a supine twist. Drop your knees to the right, take your gaze left. Try to keep that left shoulder blade down on the mat. Haven't done a ton of twisting for this practice today, so be gentle with it. Good. With control of your abdomen, lift those knees through center. Let's try the other side. Knees will drop left. Gaze will go right if okay for the neck. Both shoulder blades on the mat. Next inhale, knees will come back to center. Hugging them to the chest. Option to keep them in the chest or head to happy baby. If you choose happy baby, feet are flexed like you're stamping that ceiling. Maybe you grab outer edges of the feet, and if you can't quite reach, maybe ankles or shins. Rocking left and right if it feels good. happy baby. Let's meet with our knees and our chest, giving ourselves that last hug of gratitude. Really thank yourself for making the time for your practice today. And when you're ready, let's release to our final resting posture of Shavasana. Legs extend long. Really encourage you to take your time here, whatever adjustments you need to make to get your wiggles out. Of all the postures we've done this morning, sometimes this one can be the most challenging, allowing yourself to be still. But also, it's by far one of the most important postures, allowing your body and your mind to reap the benefits of this last hour. So really acknowledge anywhere you're still carrying tension. Maybe unclench your jaw. Maybe release any furrow between your eyebrows. And then go as far as trying to soften behind your eyes, your eyelids. And again, remind yourself that with each exhale, you have an opportunity. You have a chance to release, to let go. Feel welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as they'd like. Maybe mute me for this next part. For anyone who's ready, we'll begin to bring awareness back into our bodies. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe rolling out ankles or wrists. And then reaching those arms overhead, just like a good morning stretch. Stretching from end to end, from the toes up the entire body, not the fingertips. Bringing our knees to our chest, we'll roll to the right side in the fetal position. Utilizing that right bicep as a pillow, left palm can be placed into the earth in front of you. Just pause here. Our final moments of stillness. Taking time to truly appreciate the quiet amongst the noise of our everyday lives. Remembering the goal of this yoga practice was never about the posture. It's not about if you can stand on your hands or if you stumble in your warrior three. It's about creating a space where you might have been stuck. It's about becoming aware of your body, becoming aware of your mind, and all the noise it can create. With time, allowing you to make peace with who you are and where you are at this moment in time. Pressing into your palm, we'll make our way back to that comfortable seated position. I encourage you to keep your eyes closed. And once you get there, we'll inhale our arms up one final time. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Maybe pressing the backs of the thumbs into the chest, feeling your heartbeat within you, and taking that as your opportunity to be grateful for each new day. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice this morning. Always pause to thank yourself for investing into you. Together, we will seal our practice with Namaste. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for putting up with my last minute adjustments here. We're still learning some of our tech issues, so I'm really happy to have had you join, and stay tuned for more information. We're just figuring it out as each day passes, but I'm very grateful to have your support. You guys have been incredibly wonderful, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.